All my friends, couch pilots, show awful past. My name is Jason. I'm a black man, and across from me is Blake Clayton.
It really already seems like you're just phoning it in.
Dude, we're on vacation next week.
That's true, we are.
I'm just cashing in right now.
Well, you should wait until the end of the show to go on to vacation.
I don't know. I got senioritis, is what it is. I love eating.
I'm gonna kill you.
I know.
I'm literally gonna kill you.
That's fine.
Are you? That's disgusting. Anyway,
I didn't eat until just now, and continue to do so now.
Okay.
I went to Taco John's.
All right. So you're eating on the plane. We have a strict rule: no eating on the plane.
I feel like you've broken that maybe 10 times the amount that I have.
But I don't chew into the microphone.
Well, that's your fault.
I chew to the side.
You screwed up. You hear how I chew?
Is there more? There's more. I thought that was the only one you had.
Well, this is part of my problem. I went to, I asked for hot sauce, and they gave me like 4.
Fuck.
And then I said, "Can I have some more?" And then the little fucker went back there, did obnoxious handfuls. Joke's on you, man. I love hot sauce.
Right, I'll take it.
I'll take it. But you know they're back there
Did you say "fuck me"? Right?
I wouldn't say that. That's.
Can I take some of that home with me?
Yeah, have you ever listened to the show?
Yeah.
We give condiments to every guest.
Then you know the answer already.
I thought so. I figured you just had a bag full for that.
All right. I did prep the show, so I guess we'll do it.
Yeah, that wasn't your real intro, right?
Should we do another one?
Yeah, let's start from the top.
Wait, what?
Shh, be quiet. You're not here yet. Should have called in tomorrow.
Welcome to Couch Pilots, all of my friends. The show that dares to fly into the unknown territory of awful television, pilots of the past. My name is Jason, but I call myself the Black Magnet, and across from me is the podcasting god himself. Amen. His name is Blake Clayton. Good evening.
Oh, like the old days. I like it. Thank you very much.
It's our last episode, right? So you got to end it right.
Our last episode ever. It's been a good run, right?
It's been a great run, pal.
And you know what? It was the great thing is we kept it a secret for so long.
Yep. Now everyone knows it because we're saying it.
Right when our numbers are twice as much as they have been for the last year, now's a good time to stop. Now's a good time to stop.
What is it ever? I've never made one red cent. I think red is offensive because there used to be an engine on the penny, but I've never made one red cent podcasting.
Maybe because of that. Are you drinking Dank Meme too? Oh,
yeah.
Fuck.
It's going to be a rough night for everyone. I didn't work today. I did. I worked from home today. I used the computer at home. And you know what I did? I think I jerked off 4 times.
While you're on the clock. That's nice.
Well, I clocked out for breaks for it.
I would have.
I don't know that I've ever done that.
Jerked off while you were working?
No, clocked out for a break, for jerking off. No, 4 times in a day. I don't know.
Man, I think my record's 6 or 7.
I don't know what came over me.
It's not healthy for you at all.
No, I've noticed abnormalities in my shaft after,
Sure.
if I'm really abusive to it, I notice abnormalities in it.
Yeah. Well, did you enjoy yourself?
Well,
how were they?
How were they?
Yeah.
Rate each one?
Yeah, the sessions were obviously they get worse each time.
Out of 7? Rate each one out of 7?
Yeah.
Okay. 4, 5. Second one was better. And then a 3 and a 3.
Yeah. The fourth one is there's no point in doing it, right?
It's just dust.
Yeah. Dust in the wind.
We have a guest today. We haven't had.
I guess
this guy
you don't want to
before.
talk about my problem. We want to introduce the guest.
You have a problem?
I have a problem. But introduce the guest because I need multiple people.
I was
going to
say you were talking about what you want to do to the
That's
cockpit
not my problem.
here. I'm not saying it's your problem. I'm just saying you were talking about that and you valued our guest's opinion on it.
Yeah.
So yeah,
because he doesn't know me, and so he has nothing to He has no reason to fucking lie to me.
And he's married, so there's nothing he can offer by the way of masturbation. So I thought I'd just talk to you one-on-one about that because married guys are getting laid all the time. So let's
really. Yeah.
That's my understanding of it.
To be honest with you, 2018, 19, not been a bad year so far. But but we're only 21 days into it, so. I think it has something to do with the moose. I've gotten laid more lately because since we've become members with the moose. But
let's dig into that. Let's dig into it.
No, after
we
have to dig into something else. Let's introduce the guest, dig into my problem, and then we have plenty of time, obviously.
Can we say where you work or not? He doesn't care. I'm not going to say it. No, it's the manager. He runs arguably the most. God damn it! Are you serious? Is eating the food worse than that? I don't know. Let's just start the vacation now. Let's just get. Hold on. Here, Matt. Here, you got it.
You can't put him on the spot like that. All right, so Jason has left the pilot's lounge. Our vacation, one of our vacationers, or substitute pilot? Are we going to call you a substitute pilot? Matt, this is real life.
This is Matt from real life.
Matt, my co-pilot is checking out. All right?
It seems that way.
And it's really not cool that he does that, and he's chomping away.
I'm just holding the wheel right now. You know.
You're a contest winner.
Sure.
All right. Next week, you and Chemo Slice are running. You're going to take a flight without anybody in here.
We're going to fly this thing like you can't believe.
Right. So it's kind of selfish and rude for him to expect you to do that when you're in training right now. Like, you're taking notes right now, and he is dumping.
I'm just trying to steady the wheel. It sounds like he's back. Should I hand this back over to him?
Yes, you should hand it back over to him. We have to introduce our guest, and Jason introduces all guests. That's the way we do things. I hope you get taco sauce in your fucking sweater, man.
What's that?
It's a nice sweater, though. I don't look good in sweaters.
I've been buying sweaters like a madman at Goodwill lately for like $2 to $4.
Oh, nice.
Welcome, David Lytle.
Hello.
David Lytle. He's our friend from Down Under.
I don't think that's right.
Oh, shit. He's our friend from the UK. Will you tell him to stop?
What are you eating? Are you eating the hot sauce packets from earlier? David Lytle,
No.
He's the manager of Poor Brothers, probably the most. I'm going to say it's probably the most popular bar in Peoria. Is that fair to say, David?
Yeah. Why not? Fuck it.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
I'm still on the jerking the chicken.
What is that?
right
What's
now.
that now? What is? Oh, what I was said
We're
earlier.
jerking the chicken, yeah.
I think it's choke the chicken, isn't it?
You can choke the chicken.
It's
too.
jerking the
if you're
gherkin.
choking it, then you're just really abusing it.
Okay, well, you have something. What do you want to say about that, David?
Well,
You said you wanted to talk about it.
I watched this episode. Choked that chicken a little bit.
We're here discussing a pilot today, and you jerked off. I can't imagine.
Mostly the murder on that one.
I was going to say, I can't imagine the scene in which you would have done that. That's fine.
That's murder.
Captain Philip Ressisher, what was your problem? You wanted David, and I can't imagine you want his 2 cents now after what he just said there. But
I have a serious problem.
wait, what? Your beer in front of you, or something you want to talk about?
Something I want to talk about.
Let's hear it.
So, and you guys are my bestie friends, and I share everything with you guys and nothing with my wife. Mm-hmm. So I've been Googling symptoms of issues that I'm having.
Okay.
And the Medical News Today website, medicalnewstoday.com.
Yeah, I'm familiar with it.
I won't go into the details, but I think I have anal cancer.
Well,
I'm glad you guys are laughing, because when I go to the doctor and I get confirmed, you better be throwing some kind of fucking silent bingo or something to raise money for me, because you're fucking making fun of me. I think I have anal cancer.
Anyone who's been listening to the show for a while can probably document how much bleeding there is. You always talk about, but again,
there's other stuff. But
you wipe really hard. That's been documented.
I'm a hard wiper. I wipe hard in the front and hard in the back.
The first one time we're going to start doing IBWIP, and before we recorded, you said, I have to go take a shit real quick," and it was lightning fast. Like, you fired that thing out.
Right.
You must have done a Johnny One wipe on it or something, because
No, it was probably 7 wipes. There's more. It takes longer to wipe than to prep and do.
David, how many wipes to get to the middle of a Tootsie Roll Pop?
It's one of those things. If you spread them out just right, ghost wipe every time.
Ghost wipe every time?
Ghost wipe every time.
I've
If you do it just right.
You ghost wipe often?
Oh, yeah.
What when you poop?
I mean,
no, let's be serious.
Yeah,
my life is in danger.
He's talking about anal cancer. Let's be serious.
Let's be serious. On the average, when you have a bowel movement, how much do you wipe?
like I said, most times I can work out the ghost wipe, but
Are you?
I'm also one of those people that takes like 10 shits a day.
Okay, well, I shit 10 times a day too, but I also wipe 10 to 15 times each time.
Well, and the plumbing in my house is not so good, so you can't use those adult
Well, yeah, I can't.
like wet wipes. You
wet-
know,
I got a way around
the
that.
flushables.
I got a way around.
Oh, yeah, he's got a way around that.
But you know,
But I
so
can't-
now that I have to use the dry, I try to make it as easy as possible because I take too many shits.
Right.
Just-
And you think that's because of the beer that makes you shit a lot? Or do you think it's your diet? Or a combination of both?
I think that's just been in my entire life.
Okay.
That's just me.
That's just your
me.
That's your inside
That's just me.
working. I like it. You know
David
what?
does a lot of ghost shitting. That's
Dave-
crazy.
Dave-
I get some good ghost shitting.
Punch him in. Yeah.
I won't get into the gory details, but we are on vacation next week. I plan on going to Cuba.
Really?
Yeah.
I hadn't heard anything
I
about
thought
that.
we were
Exactly.
going. I thought we were going to Belize, guys.
You're going with him?
No. I'm going to... You're not...
I was going to say, I didn't hear anything about this.
I
and
want a
he's
vacation from you just as much as you want a vacation from me.
I don't want a vacation from you.
Well, I want a vacation from you.
All right.
And so I thought about going to Cuba, but I think I'm going to have to actually go and make an appointment to go to the doctor. Because this article, it is... Do you want to get into it, or do you want to skip
symptoms? What's your symptoms?
Symptoms. All right.
Why are you doing that, Dave? I'll give you my wiping regimen, all right?
Okay, yeah, I want to hear that.
Charmin, extra strength, 4 squares. Fold them over till it's just 4 squares on top of each other.
Perfect. That's exactly what I already do.
I'm not done. You wipe, you fold in half, you wipe again. You repeat with another set of 4, and then you get out some wet wipes, and you put them in a Ziploc bag, and you put them in your garbage can.
Oh, there you go. What I like is that in my main bathroom that I normally, do my deuces, I could reach the sink
Oh, I like where this is going.
from the toilet.
Yeah, I like where this is going.
So, you just wet them up a little bit,
Okay. So you just take
Get
the
'em going.
regular toilet paper and
Yep.
wet those.
Yep. Because apparently the 1960s plumbing that's in my house cannot handle those actual wipes.
That's why I throw mine in the garbage. I feel like the toilet paper would pill too much. You get a lot of pilling.
You got to learn to kind of just dribble it on just right.
Okay.
Just like not too much water, but a little bit.
Right.
And so it's just right, so it's a little softer on the anus.
You know what? If it works for you,
Guys,
keep going.
I'm
Talk to us about your butthole.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
the one that might
What's
have
your
cancer. What you need to know about anal cancer, and this comes from the medicalnewstoday.com. Anal cancer occurs in the anus, located at the end of the gastrointestinal tract.
Yep, sounds right.
Yeah.
It is different from and less common than colorectal cancer,
That colon. Oh, yeah.
which is cancer of the colon or the rectum. Anal cancer is rare, but the number of new cases is rising. According to the American Cancer Society, in 2017, there are likely to be about 8,200. Goddamn, this is what's fucking me up because it wants me to do my email address. 8,200 new cases, of which 5,250 will be affected by women and 2,950 will be affected by men. Around 1,100 people are expected to die from anal cancer, including 650 women and 450 men. So symptoms. That's what you wanted to talk about.
What are your symptoms? Not the general symptoms. What are your symptoms and how do they overlap?
No, I need to read the...
Or do whatever the hell you want to do then.
All right. Common symptoms of anal cancer may include rectal bleeding, noticeable if there is blood or on feces or in the toilet paper. Check.
Yeah.
Pain in the anal area. Check. Lumps, because it keeps popping up because it's like, wants me to join something. Lumps around the anus, which may be mistaken for polyps or hemorrhoids.
Like a 4-car pileup?
Polyps.
I don't think that's right either.
All right. Well, I'm gonna say a check mark to that too.
Okay.
I'm glad you guys think my fucking death is funny.
You're not dead yet.
Mucus or gel-like discharge from the anus.
You have that?
Check.
Oh, no.
Yes.
Oh, you're dead.
And that's been happening recently. Anal itching. Check.
Well, that might just be not wiping well.
Changes in bowel movements, including diarrhea, constipation, or thinning of stools. Check.
Your shits are always an emergency. That's right.
Fecal incontinence or problems controlling bowel movements. I would say that's not a check. I would say it has more to do with the gel-like discharge. Bloating. Obviously, if you look at my belly, there's bloating.
Double check. Discount double check.
Yeah, so those, I mean, to be honest with you, I mean, how can I read those to you? I'm really bothered you guys think this is fun.
Who's laughing?
No, you're telling me right now, and I'm like, I can't do the show anymore, guys. I got to go to the doctor, like, right now.
Because you have some of the same symptoms.
Oh, all of them.
Do you have the gel-like substance, too?
That's the only one that didn't quite...
This gel-like substance is what has what has made me worried. Like, before, I was like, oh, I just drink too much beer.
That is terrifying.
I have diarrhea. Then
Yeah.
I write too much. You know,
What
I write too hard.
what would you like in the gel to?
Like, how thick is the gel?
Okay, I would say that if
3
you...
C's?
Huh?
Is it 3 C's?
3 C's species.
3 C's thick?
Okay, so what I would liken it to is if you had a KY jelly kind of an anal kind of lubricant for anal sex.
Sure, I know exactly what
Yeah.
that is.
It's a little
yeah.
it's a little bit thick, but it's a little bit rock and roll too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that comes out of nowhere. It does have a distinct smell. It has a distinct color that is not going with the rest of the colors that should be coming out of there.
That is a cause for concern.
What kind of color?
I would say it's like,
Like a vermilion.
I don't want to say a mustard color. It's a light mustard.
So, like a bile kind of...
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So that's what has me concerned.
Okay, shit, yep, I'm fine.
Because that shit that's for real, right? So this is something that is I have decided I didn't want to do any internet searching of this for a long time, but symptoms seem to be causing more problems. So on my vacation, I was going to Cuba. Then I was going to go get my eyes checked because I have a yearly exam coming up.
Okay.
And I want to get some new glasses, and supposedly Big E and Kimo knows where to get some. But then I think this takes precedence, correct?
I would say it probably does.
Yeah.
If I have anal cancer, as my friends, as some of my dearest, closest friends,
Yeah.
what are you guys going to do?
Silent bingo.
Tell this story at your funeral.
Who's ever heard of silent bingo?
Not silent. I didn't mean silent. Quarter bingo is what I meant.
Oh,
No,
okay.
quarter auction. That's what I meant to say is quarter auction.
There's silent auctions and there's quarter. Is there something related to bingo that you can do?
No,
for-
I just think I'm trying to think of because you're going to have to raise money, right? Like I can't afford to have cancer, right? So you're going to have to raise money.
Yeah,
How are you guys going to raise money?
like jogathon. Maybe?
I was going to say, like, we do like a 5K. Call it the Dirty Squirties.
No.
Dirty squirties.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Great. So fuck me, right?
So you just nominated yourself to organize that, David.
Okay, you're in charge. Can we have it at
I'm in.
Foremost? Like it starts and the 5K starts and ends?
Absolutely.
Can we get Chicago Farmer to raise?
100%.
We're not getting Chicago Farmer to play. If I have cancer,
How about
and
Hank 3? Can we get Hank 3 to play?
No, I don't. Listen,
No,
I am,
Hank the Third. Oh, I got to get him.
Okay, Chicago Farmer doesn't like me, but that's fine. He's a nice guy, I think.
I'm sure he's a great guy.
He's like my wife's cousin.
He's never been nice to me, but that's okay. You want some fan feedback?
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and do some fan feedback. I'm not saying anything bad against the guy. I just don't think he likes me.
I am.
He-
If I ever
I
see
barely
him.
know.
To be honest with you, to be honest with me, if you said my name, he wouldn't know who I was. So that's fine.
If I ever see him on the street, I'm going to kick his ass.
Baba booey, baba booey.
Tap him in the nuts, man. Scroll tap him.
We have a voicemail. Why don't you give them folks the number and explain the voicemail situation?
Yeah, there's a myriad of ways to contact the program here. I don't know why you'd want to do it, but if you did, you can go to couchpilotspodcast.com. All the different ways to contact us are there. Call us 910-PILOTS-1. That's, I can never remember. I know Kevin knows what it is. It's, I can't hear you. It's 910-745-6871. Call us, leave us a voicemail anytime. Apparently someone did do that.
They did, and here we go. This is the voicemail.
Boo! You rock.
Okay, there we go.
So
Nice.
there's that. Thank you very much. Whoever that is, the pachinko machine knows all, and that person
Sure.
will get
Yeah.
frequent flyer points as a result.
Frequent
so.
flyer points were given. Ooh, boy.
Got it.
Here we go. We got some fan feedback on the interwebs.
Is this still muted by chance?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
You want me to unmute it?
I would like that.
Now we're going. This was just from today. Karaoke Big E at Karaoke Big E on Twitter says, "Hey, Couch Pilots, hashtag TUCKLEY10. That inspector sounds familiar. LOL."
Because it was Scott from that show, and we pretended like it was a different guy, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Lots of love there.
So that's why
Oh, wow.
that's why that was familiar to him, because it was him.
From YouTube, this is Lisa Callhill.
We have more YouTube. We had YouTube stuff like last time, I think.
Yeah.
Right?
It says, this is the message they left. This is for season 17, episode 2.
Oh, okay.
So it's recent. "Hello. I very much enjoy your podcast. I do have a comment. I love Tracy Ullman, about whom you noted was the first woman to have successful variety show.
yeah.
You forgot about someone. Her name is Carol Burnett. She was the woman that opened the door for women to have a variety show. This does not take away anything from Tracy Ullman, as she is so very talented, but she was not the first woman to have successful variety show."
You know who that was, right? Who did that? That was Carol Burnett. Who
Oh, I
that
thought it was
message.
Lucille Ball.
I hope
Maybe
you
did.
and I hope
She's
you and your-
dead and buried.
I hope you and your families have a great day and a wonderful rest of the weekend. So, thank you, clockwork_hamma at Verizon.net.
Thank you for that.
Yeah, I don't think we were. I don't
she's
think
totally
we were,
right, though.
I don't think we were trying to say the Carol.
We weren't trying to name them all. They were just giving an example. But she's right. Carol Burnett. You've talked about Tim Conway on the show before.
Sure.
We've had a Tim Conway pilot on the show before. We should have caught that.
Yeah. This is from Dee Dee, and it says, "One day in the future, when Captain Black loses his love for all things British, it will be a need to go back and to the sense of normalcy.
That's right.
A time when we all realize it takes more than a plate of roast beef and Yorkshire pudding and a strong cup of tea to produce a failed pilot. I leave these here to remind you that yes, there will always be in England, but when you want something to fail, nobody fails like America." And she left us a link of some of the most famous failed pilots.
That's wonderful. Have we done any of them?
From the picture, I don't see any. There was basically what it was these were failed pilots that famous people were on, and then they got their big break, like Tony Danza. He was on a failed pilot called Our Family Business. The Greg Brady was on something called Hastings Corner or something, and Wonder Woman was Seamus. So we can look into those for sure. Okay, this is from Chris Tuckley, one of our main man. This is the Tuckley 10. We're in the Tuckley 10 right now.
That's right.
"Greater love hath no man than this, that man which the grand knockout tournament for his friend." Yeah, it was great. It was great.
That's fine.
I gave it a good.
Thank you, Chris.
We'll skip that one. Okay,
Just 10 more.
do you want to do these or no?
No, yeah.
From Karaoke Big E on Twitter. My favorite this was in reply to Stitcher and Murder If I See Whatever. My favorite podcast this year at Couch Pilots Pod.
Shit.
I think he voted for us, maybe.
He listens to a lot of independent podcasts.
Sure.
And I would count us among those. So thank you, Scott. That's cool.
And I don't know. You want to do one more? Or you want to?
No, let's stop it.
All right, let's stop it.
David, thank you for being
Hey guys,
here.
go ahead and just take notes on your vacation episode, and don't worry about what we're doing here with these high-tech microphones. Jesus Christ.
You're talking to Kevin and Matt. The people at home have no idea what's going on here.
Okay, that's fine.
David, what's the best part about being a bar manager? Is it
The people.
okay?
People watching. If you
I thought it
like
was
people
gonna be
watching,
another
man,
P-word.
like you just
I
see
do love
the
the people watch.
craziest shit. You
Yeah.
know, it's one of those things where you know, you'll get that person and there's like, my girlfriend did the craziest thing the other day. Like, oh my god, and it's like, Yeah, I just saw that 20 minutes ago.
Sure.
What's an example of that? Okay.
Or it's, I saw the craziest thing 20 minutes ago, and it's like, should I call the cops right now?
Well, what are those things? What are some of those crazy things you've seen right in there?
Let's see. So my girlfriend did the craziest thing, you know, she, it's something dumb as fuck, you know, it's,
That's nuts.
no, yeah, it's nuts.
That's crazy, dude.
Like,
Don't put him on the spot.
she,
I'm not putting him. You've
Little
been doing
bit,
it long
little
enough.
a little bit. I don't know, it'd be something like, I watched her eat 4 corn dogs in 2 minutes kind of thing, and it's like, who gives a fuck?
Right. But
I'm making that up. But
right.
I'm sorry. I asked.
But people use you as a soundboard. Like, they tell you all their problems, everything.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes.
And do they want your opinion, or do they just want you to listen? For the most part.
Oh, that's tough. Sometimes they want the opinion, sometimes not. I just tend to hold it back to myself, or sometimes I just give it back in a very,
Friendly
facetious
way,
or
yeah.
like asshole-ish way. And it's like,
Jason,
well,
that's
I'll give it
kinda
back
like
to
you-
you
kinda
right
like
there.
you.
Yeah, there you
Kinda
go.
like you.
There you go. We're ready for a vacation. He's fed up with me.
Done.
It's been 100 and some episodes. 157, 68.
I defy you to find someone else that would put up with you.
Oh, I know there wouldn't. I know there is no person. That's the catch-22. Am I tired of you? Completely yes.
Don't wink at me. I know it's a bit. We're in love.
W-O-K-E.
You always fuck me.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captains have turned on the fasten seatbelts.
Even though you're doing a bit and you're winking, there's some part of you that is hurting, though. And I want you
I
to
always hurt. I always hurt.
anally. I know that you're.
Oh, fuck. God, you're an asshole. I thought of all people, I thought you would be concerned.
It's
You're
funny.
not.
It's funny until it becomes a reality.
Okay, so we'll make jokes until I get the diagnosis. Is that what you're saying?
Do you want to feel like shit until then?
Are you gonna feel bad for making jokes when I get the word that I have it?
That's subjective, right? Feeling bad is subjective.
Will you guys stop hanging out with me if I have anal cancer?
I'm not gonna come around. He's laughing at it.
Can I come see your doctor with you?
You know what?
I'm pretty sure I'm right there with you.
Can I break the news to you either way from the doctor?
To be completely honest, I say we all go to my appointment. I really do. I think
record it live.
It wouldn't be the first time I had a finger up the bum.
Right.
Oh mercy.
Finger.
Okay,
Rookie.
let's
Couple fingers, whatever.
let's call Stephanie Clark.
All right.
Oh yeah.
We're calling Stephanie. Does she know we're calling?
She doesn't know. I got all sorts of questions for this broad.
She's probably milking a baby or something.
You milk? Oh, gee. You milk a baby?
Milk.
Hello?
Steph, this is Jason. How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm all right. We're on Couch Pilots right now. Is that okay?
Yeah, for sure.
We're sitting here with David Lytle.
Uh-huh.
Did you know that he was going to be here?
I did.
What is your... I always wanted to know. You knew David before, like, anyone else, right?
Yeah, I was there when he was born.
We were just talking about how you're milking the baby over there. That's not how it works, is it? You milk the baby?
What?
I said, don't bother Stephanie. She might be milking the baby. I meant to say feeding.
But that's not how it's... That's not right, is it?
Well, not in my case. I feed my baby formula, but I guess you could milk a baby.
You could milk a baby. That is... I never knew that.
You just pull their little legs back and forth.
Is that what it is? All right. Well, how did you know David, and was he ever your boyfriend? Awkward.
Was he... Okay, how do I know David? Oh, gosh, I don't even know how we met the first time. We have a lot of mutual friends. I think I was like 18, 19 when we first met.
Here we go.
Nah, it was way before that.
It's way before that.
When I dated Allison.
Oh, that's how. Allison was our connecting friend. Yeah, and then we just became friends, and we had like the same friend group.
Are you from Galesburg, David?
The area, yeah.
Okay.
More or less.
So you guys were in that area and knew each other,
Yeah.
and you both migrated to Peoria.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it took a long time for us to both get here, but yeah. Was he ever my boyfriend? No.
No? Okay. Did you ever go on a date with him? Ooh.
No, not like I don't know how to describe it. I think there's like a little bit of flirtatious thing for like a very short amount of time.
Like 30 seconds?
Like a day or two.
Okay, gotcha. All right, Kevin's also here, so I'm trying to make it real fucking weird. But yeah, see, that's exactly right. You are one person I know that would appreciate that.
Yeah.
We'll
Sure.
we'll let you go. I just wanted to make it weird for a second, and Blake might have anal cancer. So
Oh no.
you know.
Thank you. At least somebody said, "Oh no." When I said it to everybody else, they were like, "Ha ha ha ha! Fuck him!" Right?
That's how she always sounds, though. Like even if she was
I
laughing at you, it would be the
I
same.
think that if Stephanie found out I had anal cancer, she would be legitimately concerned. I do think she might shed a tear, or she might be depressed for at least 15 minutes. You guys, not so much.
She would be depressed for a shorter amount of time that she flirted with David.
Does Blake know how you get anal cancer?
I think it's like he says he takes 10 turbo shits a day, and then like does
I
like
see.
10 to 15 hard wipes.
I went to medicalnewstoday.com, and I have every symptom except one.
What do you think? Give us your quick diagnosis. We'll let you go. We'll go let you milk your baby.
The only symptom is shits.
No. I have 7 of the 8 symptoms.
Okay.
Including like gel coming out of him. He has some sort of. It's not funny,
I mean,
Steph.
I really doubt that it's anal cancer.
All right, we'll put a bet on it.
But
You want to bet if I'm going to die or not?
you
$5
should
on
probably
that
get a colonoscopy.
That's what I've been
I've
told.
been telling him that for years. Okay,
You
well,
are over 40.
And my father had prostate cancer.
there you go.
Right.
So
Let's get your dad on the phone. And ask him about his gel.
nope.
Okay,
Not doing
Steph. We all love you very much, and thank you for answering the phone.
Okay, I love you guys.
Goodbye.
Talk
Love
to
you
later.
too.
Bye.
She's a trooper, little soldier. I think Iron Maiden was talking about her when they wrote the song "The Trooper."
Oh, for sure. Has that ever been disputed?
Never once. We have a show.
Okay, real quick, we have you mentioned before. This is the TUCKLEY 10. This is 10 pilot episodes we're doing. Season 17. Chris Tuckley, one of our UK listeners, says, I have found 10 separate failed pilots in the UK. I want you to do them. We said, absolutely. And he's given us a little information with each one.
Okay.
So I've got a letter here. I'll read it real quick. It says, Dear Jason, the end is in sight. Nearly an entire fantasy season of couch pilots to be recorded at a place of my choosing in the UK. He wants us to go over there and do the show.
I'm ready.
He says, you can be sure that I'll provide a detailed plan, including venue, costume ideas, and special guests, etc., with my 10th submission. The hunt is already on for the elusive pilots that will provide the content for the remaining episodes. In the meantime, I give you a change of pace from the excitement and a high drama of rough magic.
Love the way it's spelled.
Right? It's not quite the Golden Girls, but there's a feisty elderly female for Blake, and the confirmed bachelor portrayed by Nigel Havers is practically a stand-in for the caddish 1990s British Jason Tosher. That's my name. From your very own funny foreigner, Chris. So Chris has given us just a little information,
Sure.
his little take on each of these pilots, and we're throwing it in there.
Yeah, Chris Tuckley, the Tuckley 10, he is one of our top 3 mega fans.
Yeah.
Right? We have Dee Dee, Chris Tuckley, and Lori Garcia.
I would kind of throw Tyler in there. He wrote that. Remember that song he wrote for the show?
Oh, no, yeah. I would say Tyler, too.
Yeah.
We haven't heard from him in a long time. I hope
Tippy
he's-
Canoe and Tyler too.
Yeah,
I'd say, right?
I think he got a girlfriend. He quit listening to our podcast.
I don't
which
blame
makes
him at all.
complete fucking sense.
Man,
So
smart guy.
that's the reason behind this. This guy took a year of his life to catch up to 2.5 years of our show.
He did nothing else. This is the
No,
only
that's
thing
all he did. He didn't even milk his baby. I'm
Oh
sure.
boy, it's like a dead baby. You have a baby, right?
Yeah.
How old's that baby now? About a year?
My youngest is 10 months.
Nice.
Lincoln, like the log,
Lincoln, like
right?
the log.
Is that
Exactly.
Named after the president, Lincoln,
Yeah,
or
actually.
okay.
Well, that and Zelda.
Zelda? Which
Fucking
oh
nerds.
Link.
God damn it, fucking nerds.
is it spelled that way? Linkon?
No.
Ion?
No,
like
it's,
the park?
it's spelled like the president. but
Okay.
I call him Link, and
Linkovich Chomalski.
and the funny thing too is my daughter, my middle.
Good job. I don't know. Is he a speed skater? I don't know who that is.
That's from Encino Man.
Oh, Linkovich.
I'm-
Okay.
Linkovich Chomalski.
Brendan
Fraser.
That's right. Okay.
Guys, I watched a movie. It was called Encino Man. I remembered it. I called it back. Didn't mean to interrupt. Sorry.
Hell yeah.
I don't have tit cancer, just ass cancer.
But I also named my daughter. Her name is Lilith.
Like the fair.
Like what?
The fair?
Lilith Fair?
Lilith Fair?
Mm-hmm.
That's the lesbian, like Lollapalooza.
That's Gay Lady Fair?
I don't know that one.
Okay. Like,
actually don't know
like then what?
Well, that's actually old lore of Jewish spirituality. She is the original wife of Adam and Eve. And she was being oppressed as a woman and said, fuck this shit.
Is that in Genesis?
Like, I don't know. So it's
Are you Jewish?
Shit. No. Thought about it. I was fake Jewish for like a year and a half.
That doesn't
Everyone
count.
thought I was Jewish.
I don't know a Jewish. I want to know a Jewish guy.
It's like just because my license plate says Jerusalem 7 doesn't mean I'm fucking Jewish, guys.
Just a place I like to go to.
But
Haunt,
no,
I like it.
I actually named her after an anime. Evangelion and Evangelion.
Is that Sailor Moon's name?
Yeah, totally.
Because I don't know anime at all.
No.
Are you know anime,
No.
Blake Clayton?
I've watched some anime, but it's not.
That's called hentai,
It's a good
and
one.
it's
Oh.
called cartoon. It's cartoon.
No, yeah,
pornography.
that's the point.
Yeah. Okay.
No, that's
then-
what.
then
That's
I
what.
have-
Wait, hold
That's
on.
what you're doing.
You named your child after cartoon pornography? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, yeah,
Oh, okay.
exactly.
High five that shit.
Hacha. Today we discuss the pilot episode of Rough Magic from the year of our Lord 2000. Add nothing. Great year.
2000? Mm-hmm. In the year 2000.
Y2K, the bug. Remember that?
Oh, you want to hear a story? I got a
If
story
it's about
for
your
you.
asshole, I'm going to say no.
Okay, it's not about my asshole, but I'll tell you it's a pretty good story. I have been known to tell a story or two about this situation, and I'm going to. So, in 1999, I was dating a girl named Trish, right? And she was a Mountie cop, right? Yeah, that's fine, but be careful opening it, because I don't know what's going to happen.
No, I'm not going to be careful.
What's a Mountie cock?
No, man, a Mountie cop.
Hold on a second.
A Mountie cop. So she was a policeman on a horse. All right.
I think I remember you
Yeah.
talking about this girl, because you had
Yeah.
a three-way with her and the horse, right?
Yeah, no, I had a three-way with her and the girl from Tennessee.
Okay.
And so I remember I was dating her at the time because I went out with my mom and my stepdad. We went out on New Year's Eve, went to Jimmy's, okay, down Farmington Road.
Sure.
And the world was supposed to end, right?
Were you banking on that?
I was hoping it would,
Yeah.
because I want to die, and thank God it's coming up pretty soon. So we were at Jimmy's. We were celebrating the New Year. You know, I got really, really drunk, and my mom was driving because my mom didn't drink very much. My stepdad got really drunk, and Trish got really drunk. And as we were driving home, because my mom was dropping me and Trish off at Trish's house, my dad's called my mom a hoe.
Your stepdad?
My stepdad called my mom a hoe, and I said, "Don't you be calling my mama a hoe." And it was super funny. And that night I got sex. So 2000, good year for the roses.
Started off good at least, right?
Oh yeah, like an hour and a half into it, it started off good.
Now what? Now
It was like 1:30 in the morning, and I was
great year.
and she was very good at sex.
Okay.
Good at the sex.
What does that mean? She had a lot of gyrating.
She was sensitive to my needs. She was voluptuous.
What are some of your needs?
I don't think we need to talk about that. Matt's here.
It's too many fingers in the ass. That's what
That's
causes
the
us
thing.
No,
cancer.
it's Matt's here, and I went too far with the anal cancer. He's concerned right now. He's the
fine.
only of my friends that cares. He actually has a doctor in mind he's going to refer me to, but he's the only one out of you four people that give a fuck that I have. All right,
I really want to be right there with you because like
we can
like all those symptoms you're talking, it's like, yep, I'm there with you, bud.
hey, 2,350 males a year.
This is what I see, and we'll wrap this anal cancer up and put a nice bow on it real quick.
If you like it, you should put a bow on it.
You have just in the short time I've known you, you have abused your body in ways that I cannot begin to imagine. If this anal cancer that you most definitely do have defeats you, I will be very surprised. You've lived through thick and thick, not even thick and thin. Sure. Your entire life is a callus, and you've plowed your way through it. There's no way this is going to take you out.
It will kind of piss me off that I've been through all this shit and I survived it, and then some fucking thing that I have no control of kills me. That's what pisses me. Fuck you. That's perfect time. Yeah.
I do that
So,
because I love you.
Guys and gals, this is my last episode. I'm going to die of cancer, and
It's very aggressive.
I'm going to start a new podcast.
Called Tales from the Crypt. I bet you rot long enough, you will look like the Crypt Keeper.
I will.
Bordello of blood.
It's going to be called Poop Shoot.
I want to try to do his voice and introduce this show.
Okay, so my new podcast,
Okay.
when I develop anal cancer, is called Poop Shoot. And you're going to do the intro for it, and...
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the only podcast about anal cancer. Starring Patient Zero. His name is Blake Clayton. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Poop Short.
Hey, well, welcome to the show, everybody. Well, today, I lost a third of my intestines because the doctor said that's where it was starting. So now when I eat Jell-O, it only takes half the time to come out. Right, lately, during chemotherapy, I have lost all my hair. And my wife says I look better. Sex has not been great because they also found that my prostate needed to come out.
I was 19 when this pilot was released.
I was 25.
This is a good time to find out how old David is.
Dave.
Hold on a second. Let me say this. I'm terrible at guessing ages. I don't know how old you are, Dave.
Okay.
But this is what I will... Knowing that he's around Steph's age, that helps. But I look at Dave, I think he could be...
Well, at the count of three, we'll say it. Ready?
Well, I was going to say the range, but you want to just guess on the count of
one-
three?
one- when I-
Single number. Or
Yeah,
single
one-
number.
Okay.
Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1,
32.
27.
32 and 27.
Wait, you say 27 or
Yeah,
37?
27.
Hey, David, how old you is?
How old is I? 31.
Okay. Are we playing Price is Right rules?
So I won.
Yeah, you won. Congratulations. You always go 0, I think. That's a good one.
There's a button you can push and people clap.
I imagine,
I'm not pressing that.
I imagine you are 1 year old, sir.
2018, 19 years ago at this
Yeah.
point, right?
Wow, 19 years ago.
Long time ago.
Yeah, I mean, love you long time.
Thank you. It's 2019 now. This took place in 2000. It's not 2000 right now.
No, we cannot look at this pilot from 2019's ideals. We have to say, hey, we're going to go back and think about the year 2000 the way it was. We have to go back
In our minds. So but how we do that is we talk about things that happened in 2000 to give us that mindset, David. It's not fair for us to judge rough magic based on 2019 burp standards, is it?
Yeah,
No. So February 11th, and again, these are all British ones. I tried to make them British. The Royal Bank of Scotland succeeds in the hostile takeover battle for its larger English rival, NatWest Bank, successfully defeating a rival offer by the Bank of Scotland.
So why are banks competing to save themselves? Like, isn't if I put money in your bank, why do I have to worry about Dan's bank?
Did you call him
Who's
Dan?
Dan?
Did you call him Dan?
Who's Dan?
You can't say Dan?
No, you can't say that.
Well, his name is David, so I don't know if you're pointing at him and you thought his name was Dan, or if you were just speaking about someone you didn't. Is your wedding ring a tattoo?
Yes, it is.
All right, good. All right, bye.
Yes, it is.
I'm sorry, David.
It's fine.
I said Dan.
I still love you. I still love you.
I was thinking of the head guy at the Moose. His name is Dan.
Hey,
You're always thinking about the moose.
but it's good.
That's the play.
good.
That's why he got cancer.
Brandon, it's fine.
Brandon, 25th of February, 8-year-old Victoria Climby is murdered by her great aunt and partner. The death would spark a public major changes to child protection policies. I think the policy should just be don't murder kids.
Yeah, don't be bad to kids.
Yeah.
It's not that they can't defend themselves.
What else can you do? If you got a crazy person, you can't defend against that.
What the fuck are you gonna milk otherwise?
Right? Yeah. If you hurt the babies,
Yeah.
you can't milk the babies.
Oh, man. We're going to plow through this section. February 28th, the chief of British nuclear fuels resigns over a safety scandal at Sellafield.
Who cares?
Where?
Right.
Who cares?
Right.
I mean, it's our show. I mean,
No, I mean, like
it's our podcast we're doing.
He decides he steps down because of a safety issue. Somebody didn't have a hard hat when they were walking through the factory. Who cares, right?
Yeah.
If you're stupid enough not to have your hard hat on, you deserve to die. If you have steel toe boots on and something falls on you, it's going to cut your toes off anyway.
Well,
right?
let me ask Dan this. You work at a bar. And
his name's David.
what's that now?
His name's David.
You have big glass bottles everywhere, Dan. Do you wear steel-toed boots behind the bar in case they fall down on your?
Every single day.
Okay.
Every single day.
Do you have like Red Wing?
I mean, I got. Oh yeah.
You like Red Wing boots?
I'm more of a car.
I actually do.
Hold on, bring them up here. I want to feel them.
I'm more of a car. I'm more of a Carhartt guy myself.
Yeah.
No, I got some slippers I wear.
I
a
like
lot of times.
Dickies.
They're
You know what
they're steel toed.
Little Diggy.
The kids call them, like, my daughter's birthday's come up. She says, Dad, I want Champion brand slides. Are sandals called slides now? Yeah, Kevin knows.
Kevin says yes. I guess
Kevin,
I'm the worst at lingo.
Kevin may as well be 16, right? Not only from the age difference between everyone else in this room. Who's that, Slobby?
Oh, Slobby. Yeah.
Oh, you're Slobby?
Yeah. He's a slobby guy.
He's a Slobby boy. All right, whatever. My mind is safely and securely back in 2000
Hey,
had nothing.
guys, we're 46 minutes into it. Let's talk about this pilot, right? No, we can't. David, we can't talk about this pilot yet because we have to go through the criteria.
Okay, that's actually exactly right. I'm really surprised. Dan, what are the requirements for watching a pilot? Why do we choose to watch Rough Magic? Do you know?
Well,
if you had to guess.
No, if I had to have a guess. It's a pretty good show, actually.
Okay, that's one.
That particular one.
Okay,
It's pretty good. Not bad.
that's why we chose to watch
you know,
it. Okay?
It's, it didn't quite make it. Maybe had some legs to it.
Okay, that's an actual one. Okay.
And, yeah, just get wild on it and watch it
Hold
on
on,
YouTube.
hold on a second. I think Kevin just sent you the 3 reasons. Go ahead and read.
But especially because it's online.
That's one.
One.
Well, like it's accessible.
It's
Right.
free.
That's
Yeah.
2. Good
Two.
job.
And then, just never really made it on its way to
Okay.
That's
big
good.
show. Big
There's
cast.
also a 4th one just for this season,
What is that, Blake?
and it's a UK British pilot. But
that,
great job,
that Chris
Don.
Tuckley suggested.
Don, great job. You did a great job.
Good job, Don. So you're probably asking yourself, where can you find the entire episode of Rough Magic to watch for your dumb self? We can do so by subscribing to Couch Pilots and SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or your favorite podcast app of choice, and simply click on one of our classically blue links in our show notes, or go to YouTube. Dan?
What now?
You should have been up on that.
What do you do, too?
Remember that guy who works at Tarmac?
Yeah. DSJ, I miss that guy.
Remember him?
Huh? Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He's a real.
We haven't talked about him in a long time.
Summary of the pilot. Rough Magic is about the Night Scholars, a clandestine organization set up to monitor the ancient cult of Cthulhu.
Haven't seen it.
Okay. First of all, there was information that I got out of that summary that I did not get during the pilot, so I'm going to give it a B+. Because there's information I did not know while watching this whole 46-minute pilot.
Was it the word clandestine? Got me too. Dan, what do you think about that summary?
Wait, what?
Interesting facts.
Oh, stop. Dave, this is the time you need to pay attention, okay? Interesting Facts is a segment of the show where Jason scours the internet and finds out facts about this pilot that you may not know. You probably don't know.
Can I play the King of the Ring music because we forgot to do it earlier? Can I do it while you're playing it?
Yeah, go ahead. So, the TUCKLEY 10 Interesting Facts. Okay, here's the important part, because this will get you in a lot of trouble. We just named it Interesting Facts because Apple Podcast says you have to name every segment, okay? Whether these facts are interesting or not, it's not for you to tell anybody, okay? If you find it interesting, great, but keep it to yourself, okay? Do not, in any way or shape or form, taint other people's experience by giving your opinion on the facts.
Okay.
All right?
Done.
Super easy?
Done.
Any questions?
Nope.
You can talk during this period.
Yeah, you can talk.
Okay.
I'm not saying be quiet. I'm just saying.
Just don't give my opinion.
Just don't do
it.
Just go fuck myself. Yeah.
Hey, no, that's
kidding.
good.
I'm kidding.
But what we like to say is, guys, just don't do it.
Release date October 6, 2000.
2000. Okay. October.
Fact.
It's in the fall. People are watching TV. All right.
Sometimes there's a tagline for these pilots. This tagline was, "There is no black magic. There is no white magic. There is only rough magic."
That's stupid.
Fact.
I really like that. Oh, sorry. Did I fuck up?
I feel like you did on purpose. That's the worst too. Is when like he looked right at. Okay, I don't know.
Kick me in the nuts.
I don't know.
He's a newbie. You have to give him the benefit of that. He's a newbie.
You really.
And we're already an hour into this show.
Okay. All right.
And Matt has to go home. Matt is very stressed out, first of all.
Gotta go
Second of all,
milk that baby.
it's just like, he's like, I wish I could leave right now. But you signed up for it by winning the contest, so.
Yeah, you really shot yourself in the foot, pal. Based on the works of Howard Phillips Lovecraft, or H.P. Lovecraft. He's a
It's
dead
like a
guy.
porn name, right? H.P. Lovecraft?
What would your porn name be?
Huh?
What would your porn name be? David Lytle?
Dr. Do Very Little.
Dr. Do Very Little? Come watch the laziest man in pornography?
That would be awesome.
Ladies and gentlemen. He just lays there and receives.
And then goes,
You didn't meet my needs, right? We know what your needs are, you sick fuck. David, what are your needs?
My needs? I have not much needs.
What was your pornography name? Did you ever grow up?
Pornography name.
Oh, he's got it locked and loaded.
Will.
Sometimes there's
Most people
there's an
think-
algorithm, right? They say like your pet's name, your street name,
address.
There's
That's bullshit.
there's
That's bullshit.
something like that. I don't
And
know.
it's like, it'd be like Dick Grove.
Dick Grove.
Dick Grove.
Mine would be Punky Brewster. Oddly enough.
Nice.
Did you know that?
It's good.
Remember when the dad would say Punky?
No, I don't.
Spunky Brewster.
That wasn't very good.
No, try it again.
Punky.
All right, great.
Slightly better.
Yeah,
With the
yeah.
mic working, it's only slightly better.
That's a very expensive mic. You think it would have sounded better.
H.P. Lovecraft was an American writer who achieved posthumous fame through his influential works of horror fiction. He was virtually unknown and published only in pulp magazines before he died in poverty in the late 1930s, but he's now regarded as one of the most significant 20th century authors of horror and weird fiction. Fact. Are you familiar with H.P. Lovecraft?
A little bit. You
you
know,
ever-
yeah, and then based off that summary of him, he kind of had that Van Gogh kind of style to him where it's like,
Or he cut off his ear?
yeah, exactly, cut off his own ear and
Is
sent it to a lady of his love. But no, just creating art
There's
and then sending it off.
women often are like, hey, how can I live up to these beauty standards in magazines? But I think men can sometimes have the same thing. Is there any part of you, like Van Gogh, that you would like to cut off?
I'd probably take a toe or two.
Take a couple toes. Do you have any
toes.
Yeah, do you have extra toes, or you just want to
Yeah,
narrow it down to 3 or 4?
I've got like 16 toes.
That's a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, too many toes.
Too many toes. We've all heard of that. The pilot is based around the idea of Cthulhu. Cthulhu is a fictional cosmic entity created by writer H.P. Lovecraft and first introduced in the short story Call of Cthulhu, published in the American pulp magazine Weird Tales in 1928. Lovecraft depicts Cthulhu as a giant entity worshipped by cultists. Cthulhu's appearance is described as looking like an octopus, a dragon, and a character of human form. Fact. What do you think about that, Blake?
I mean, anal cancer is
Right.
serious business, and we can't comment on that.
No one's laughing about that, please. There is a DVD available from Lurker Films on Volume 2 of the H.P. Lovecraft collection, Dreams of Cthulhu, the Rough Magic Initiative. On said DVD, there are pretty detailed descriptions of the episodes that would have been made had the series continued. In fact, the plan was for 14 episodes. Fact.
Fact. Check it, Jack. Google.
Interesting facts over. Twitter responses.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Excuse.
that's fine.
Twitter responses. I hope Sir Jason got some Twitter responses.
We actually did get one. This is from a couple weeks ago, actually. We just got a response today, but it was from a pilot a few weeks ago, The Weekenders. And that was from the director, Sandy Johnson, had applied to us at the time, and he responded once the episode came out. He says, Roger Wilco, Couch Pilots, thanks for the splendid 6 rating. Your fellow countrymen at Reduced Shakespeare were big fans, too. At Real Bob Mortimer, I've still got the suede jacket.
Oh.
So that was really cool for him to respond.
Thank you very much.
I don't know what...
what was his Twitter again?
It's at Sandy Mustache.
All right.
But it's like the British way. It's like OU mustache.
That's how I would spell it anyway.
Oh, I don't know the answer. Okay.
Okay.
All right. All right. So
That's cool. Somebody who was involved in the program replied to us and gave us some insight. That's great.
Yeah, that's great. Let's pause for commercial for one of tonight's sponsors, please.
Yo, ball. It's so much fun and easy to do. 'Cause wherever it goes, it comes back to you. And you never have to whine it, you can do it all. Hey man, it's a yo-yo ball. Play it like a pro. Be real cool. 'Cause wherever it goes, it comes back to you. Got you coming and going, even on the wall. Hey man, it's a yo-yo ball. Yo-yo ball from Marshawn. You can do great tricks with it. Hey man, it's a yo-yo ball.
It's a yo-yo, but it's in ball form. You guys remember that?
I don't remember. Were you good with a yo-yo? I could never master a yo-yo. I could never get it to come back up like on a regular basis.
I can do yo-yo 101.
I can walk the dog.
Walk the dog.
I can't do that. I can go around the world.
Okay.
And then I can go down and I can shoot it out. There's something very... I love the control you can have over a yo-yo.
Sure.
I genuinely like yo-yos. And what's even better than a yo-yo is a yo-yo ball.
Yeah.
You guys ever have that growing up?
I never had a yo-yo
Yo-yo
ball.
ball?
That's what the commercial was just for. It's tonight's sponsor.
Yeah, totally had that. Loved it.
It is
amazing.
It's a clear plastic ball, but there's like a spring in it, so you don't have to wind it. You can do it all. Hey, man, it's a yo-yo ball.
So it basically takes off all the talent you need to do a yo-yo.
Absolutely.
Great. I love it. I should have had one of those. If I would have had one of those, I wouldn't have felt as a yo-yo failure, just like everything else in my life.
Yo-yo failure. All right, let's break down the
Yo-yo
pilot.
failure.
We got 10 minutes on the clock here. We're going to talk about Rough Magic. And David, I've got notes. The captain obviously have notes. You were extremely unprepared. For some reason, you brought a bunch of hot sauce with you.
Yep.
But please feel free to chime in whenever you want.
Absolutely.
Otherwise, we're going to keep it rolling, but we want your input.
Absolutely.
Okay.
You only got 10 minutes.
Okay.
Captain, start us off.
There was like a typing. It was like Windows 1, right? So it was like a computer program.
Yeah.
That started as Windows 1. It was like the basic old school, like...
Damn near command prompt.
Yeah, command prompt,
Yeah.
almost. Had the loading sign. A little blurry, but then it comes on the screen, the call of the sleeping god.
Yep.
You see. And I didn't understand that.
Then we go to like an apartment complex.
This is my favorite part, and this is the most unsightly
This
part.
should not be your favorite part of the show.
This scared the shit out of me. And I'll take the whole 10 minutes to talk about this.
When we first started talking, David sounded like he masturbated to this part of the show.
I did.
So this mom is going into a room. There's a bunch of candles, right? And she has a birthday cake as well.
It looks like the most satanic birthday starting up. Like,
Yeah, I was like, this is going to be...
so many candles. Like, let's burn this mother down.
I thought that her husband was going to come down and they were going to have some kind of fucking weird satanic sex. That's what I was looking forward to. No, she goes upstairs, has her video camera, right? And she has her kids go down the stairs,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
And so then you go, okay, it's their birthday. That's kind of weird how there's a lot of candles.
She makes them close their eyes.
They close their eyes. They go in there. She has the camera rolling, and she has them open their eyes, and they're not happy. They're not cheering. They're not surprised.
They were excited to come down and see something
They were,
fun.
they were bothered by the semen.
Yes,
The statue of the semen.
yeah,
Yes.
There was a semen statue.
Yep.
And they're like, this is unsettling. This is not cool, Mom. And she picks up a knife and she fucking stabs the shit out of her kids.
And you don't see that actually, but
No.
but you see the imagery of when she's picking up the knife
And then-
in the kitchen, and you're like, oh,
Right, but the
shit,
next
this
thing,
is definitely gonna become.
She is a grade A cunt, killing her kids.
yes,
It's awful.
It's worse than punching
A baby?
A baby. But the next scene, you see her being talked to by investigators. I don't know why.
Covered in blood.
Covered. There was just so much blood.
They said it was episode 0, Age of Wonders.
Right, yeah.
And yeah, you know, I watched a British program called Luther. It stars Idris Elba, and none of they don't carry guns over there. All the police officers and detectives, they don't carry
Bobby
guns.
sticks or whatever.
Yeah, but that's it.
Nice
No
sticks.
guns. No guns. Hey,
Anyway,
no politics.
no cop or no religion.
No cops. No guns.
No guns. No, thank you. So the police at the scene, you know what I mean. The police were interviewing the woman. She said she dreamed of what happened, and then she did exactly that.
Right. No, that was, and to be honest with you, at this point, I sound like a sick motherfucker, but at this point, I am all in. Like, I am wanting to.
Yeah, you're pretty sick.
I'm ready. I'm ready to see what happens. So a narrator starts talking.
You see the kids being zipped up in a body bag.
Yes, and I don't think it's cool that the kids were killed. I just think it was a powerful way to start the episode.
It does
to
grab you by
your
the nutsack, yeah.
Yeah,
And
or the anus.
Some guy says he kind of says as the woman is saying it, he sleeps, he dreams, he calls.
And this is Mr. Moon.
It is Mr. Moon. Yes,
He's an
it is.
investigator.
The detective, yeah.
But all of a sudden, we find that Mr. Moon has come in and got the cops all out of there because he said, "No cops." Right?
Yeah, he said no cops, no thank you. And you got to wonder what is.
Fuck the police.
Right.
He's like,
"Fuck, thank you, NWA. Fuck the police." I like that. It's for all our African American listeners.
all one of them. Mr. Moon, you got to wonder what kind of authority does he have to do this? We don't know at this point.
Right. Exactly. And so he takes him and his goons.
He's got like 2 cronies. It's a
Right.
3-man job.
And they take this Rubbermaid to this guy, and they're like, "Hey, we've got something for you." But in the meantime, he's looking at this. It's like an art gallery, like an artist. And there's this really freaky picture of a monkey.
I love it.
And this monkey it's a cool picture.
Like a little chinging monkey.
Yeah, but it has like flowers coming out of his head.
He's got candy canes coming out of the collar of his shirt.
And
I
those are, like,
love it.
And
bad like apartment fucking galleries where it's like very minimalist.
Right. And this painting is also the thumbnail for this episode on YouTube.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
What a weird decision to make.
And then he wants the detective. He's like, yeah, you should buy that. It likes you. It's like you can put it in your office, but it'll set you back $10,000.
Yeah, $10,000.
Oh, it wouldn't go so well with the Monet.
Right.
Fucking impressionist.
Don, what would you pay for that monkey painting?
Oh man, I'd give a full 6 nickels.
Hell yeah. That's got to be like $8, right?
Right.
So, Mr. Moon has something of interest. And the artist there, his name is Kenneth, and Kenneth sees what he's got, and he's got like a staff, and he just sends him home. He's like, something
go
is
home.
going on. Let's get down to task.
So
here."
he's Kenneth is inspecting the statue, which is the statue that was on the top of the cake of the kids.
Yep.
And it is a unfinished deep sea man.
Didn't have the wings.
Deep sea man.
Pretty funny.
I said it right. Deep sea man. Matt looked at me like, "Are you sure that's the name of it?" It was Deep Seaman Statue.
Kenneth gives it a good look over, and then he places it in his cabinet with other like objects.
Sure, right.
And
He had on white gloves.
oh yeah, you got to be careful with this thing. He says he used to be a night scholar, and yeah, his name is Kenneth.
We come to find out that
You like that? You like night scholar? Okay.
do you think this should have been named Night Scholar? Really, to be honest with you, like Rough Magic.
He loves it. He loves that it's called.
Night Scholar
I had
is so
so
much.
many thoughts on
Let's hear-
jokes on.
let's hear 'em.
Nice. No.
No, okay.
No.
So we
I had a lot of thoughts on that.
Is one of them always funny or always sunny in Philadelphia? The Nightman. Do you remember? You know that song?
Oh, Nightman? Yeah. Nightman.
So Kenneth, we find out, is a ghost. He's not real, and
Is that right?
yes.
I think he's real.
But
No.
but Mr. Moon says he's a ghost.
But they put drugs in. Like they take his body and they put. Can you give a ghost a shot?
He's possessed by the power.
Yes, we find that out later, right? Or did we
Right.
find out there?
Yeah. Sorry. Oops.
No,
that's fine.
We have less than 5 minutes. It's fine. Yeah. So anyway, he gets put a needle in him, and he goes back. All right, this is really, I can do this really quick.
Yeah, there's a whole chunk here that, like, nothing happens, but basically they're saying there are murders related to the mythology of this creature,
Right.
and the murders are growing. And so the guy, Mr. Moon, says to Kenneth, I'm going to put these drugs in you, and then you tell me about the Falklands.
He's like, it never works. Those drugs never work.
Right.
He's like, this is a whole new one.
This is a new one, and we're testing it out on you. Lucky you, buddy. So they put these drugs in him, and then it goes into flashbacks of, like, the British War of some...
Must have been the Falkland Islands, right? It's probably
the fucking islands,
It's probably the
fucking islands.
And then, like, Kenneth is forced to relive all of this.
Right, and so he's on a platoon that is not in combat at all. For like 25, 30 minutes of this episode, they're just walking through like beaches and like hay fields when there's no combat whatsoever. And so he gets on this platoon. He's a captain. And he gets in this platoon, and they're like, they don't know who he is. He can't keep up with them. He's having trouble. He's not a soldier. He's a psychiatrist.
Yes, yeah.
And this is the main point.
Well,
that's his area.
They're kind of there. It almost appears that they're on a rescue mission. They get these soldiers, and a lot of them seem to be in shock or in some sort of catatonic state, and they don't know why. So they secure them, and then they push forward, and then they come across this kind of secluded little house in the middle of nowhere.
But they knew who was there, too.
Mr. Wilson.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Wilson! Mr. Wilson has a farm in the middle of nowhere. They go to it. They see him in there. And they go in there. And Kenneth goes in there to confront him.
Yeah.
And he's possessed. He's possessed by some kind of demonic...
Yeah. They go back to present time, and Kenneth is knocked out, and they inject him again.
Matt, relax. It's
going.
not a big deal. You'll do fine. Calm down. You're twitching and flipping. Just relax. Okay. All right.
Thank you for that.
I'm sorry. I think his wife is mad at him right now. He's very twitchy. I'm worried about him.
Mr. Wilson approaches.
Hey, we don't have thousands of listeners, Matt. It does not matter. Okay.
This is the prep for next week for you? This is the pep talk you're giving him?
He'll do fine.
He will do fine. He hasn't, I've told him 1,000 times. Nothing more could be said to this boy at this point.
Okay, well then, hey, you know what? Fuck the Lakers, right?
FMR, right? Anyway, Mr. Wilson approaches Kenneth, and he explains that the first soldiers that came through there, they had ego, and he punished them.
Yeah, and there's a couple, 3 or 4, like, close-ups on his eyeballs. Mm-hmm. And at first, I didn't think it was the same guy's eyeballs. I really don't think it was the same guy. It looked completely different than the old man. And so
he says he showed these soldiers the trophy wall, and it traumatized them. And he says he talks about dreamers and the sigil or whatever, and that's the symbol we keep seeing over and over again.
That kind of Celtic
and me.
Definitely that Celtic
it was very Celtic. Yeah.
Celtic.
And it's like, but this guy, this actor, looks like the guy who would be asking for a bag of nickels on the corner of the fucking street, you know?
It was a trip.
6 nickels?
Just 6 nickels.
Mr. Wilson, he says he's the chosen one, and oh mercy.
Can I just say one thing?
Yeah, you better say one thing.
One thing. You will see a symbol that comes up quite a bit during this episode, and the symbol is in his shed, and it's fucking skin dead bodies as the symbol. Fucking cool as shit.
It's pretty weird.
It's fucked up.
I have to say, I don't know what is happening for most of this episode. But let's see if we can figure this out here.
Please remain seated as we are now crossing a zone of turbulence.
Dave, this is when the show gets good.
Oh, I don't know if it ever really gets good. David, why didn't rough magic work?
Why do you think it didn't work?
What went wrong
Actually,
here?
I really don't know. I particularly liked it myself. I think it definitely had a lot of legs. It definitely had a lot of ways to go. And I mean, and je ne sais quoi, yes. But like, and they left it off nicely, where it's like it was built to continue very easily.
Yeah.
I don't know. I liked it.
If they would make more episodes, because you're taking a monster piss earlier, but I said there's 14 episodes that they had planned after this.
Oh, really?
What do you think would have happened?
That's an interesting fact.
And it was absolutely part of interesting facts. What do you think would happen if they had continued?
Well, I think it is going to tell the story of this supposedly demonic being. God damn it. And so it's going to involve different aspects of people it has possessed over time. There might be one Kenneth. I think Mr. Moon is the main character through this because he's investigating it. Mm-hmm. Kenneth is just one of the people that dealt with this.
So could we say that Mr. Moon and his cronies were part of the Night Scholars that were trying to resolve this?
Exactly. Exactly.
Because I didn't necessarily get that. Like, it didn't come out and say it that I caught anyway. But I was trying to piece it together.
Like they're the ones definitely like putting this all together and trying to
figure it out,
put together the lore and all that stuff. And at the end they get. You see those images of maybe 10 different people,
all behind
behind bars.
The woman who killed her kid, and she's taken to prison.
They're all dreamers.
In the last scene,
so it's so then it gives you all the. It gives you plenty of room to write and make it more because different things they all their backgrounds
to tell the stories of all Orange is the New Black. At the beginning of it, it has all real close-ups of all the inmates, right? And during Orange is the New Black, you go through a lot of their stories individually, throughout an episode. This is the same thing. You could take all those people that you saw at the end of and find out why they went crazy, what the circumstances was. Mr. Moon is investigating all these people. There was even kids in there.
Yep.
This is where I see it going.
So do you think we're seeing this group of the Night Scholars finding each of these people and getting their stories and the backstory? That's what you think it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
And trying to find the problem of the semen.
It almost sounded like it was a limited run thing. So you think at the end of 14 episodes it gets resolved, or do you think they keep going?
In the UK, one and done. You have one season, like The Office, and you're done. So yeah, I'm thinking definitely not very. They don't take it very far.
See, I think they built it to have the potential to go farther, but didn't necessarily get the funding or whatever it was for it. That's all it was. I think they just didn't get the right people on board to put it together and make it happen. Whereas I think it had a lot of potential.
You think it could have gone further?
I definitely think it could have.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we start our descent, please make sure your
Dave, this is my wife, my sexy wife. This is her voice.
Isn't she sexy?
She is.
So sexy.
Oh, let's hear something. Let's hear it again real quick. Listen to this.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we start our descent, please make sure your seat backs and tray tables are in their full upright position.
Sounds just right.
Yeah, I've had sex with that.
Could you imagine that voice saying dirty things to you, David?
Oh my! Like what?
I can't do it. I can't say, David. I can't say that.
Come on, guys. Come on, guys.
I can't tell you that, David.
You know?
Internet Movie Database, IMDb. There's a score on there. Out of 10, the 10th decimal place in play. David, what do you think people from around the world?
On IMDb,
I get the decimal too.
Yep. IMDb. What do you think they said on IMDb?
Out of 10.
This is the general public's, the Gen Pop, if you will, rating of Rough Magic.
6.25.
6.25. All right.
Ooh, I'm gonna say 6.5.
Right down the middle, it's a 6.4, and that's from 68 ratings.
We hit it right in the middle, brother. That's awesome.
Punch that shit in for sure.
Ow, he hit so hard.
He's a tough boy. Viewer reviews: 7 out of 10. H.P. Lovecraft meets Wild Bill Donovan. Who the hell knows what that means? He's
a wrestler.
This film was intended to be a pilot for the BBC series. The pilot synopsis are intriguing and suggest a show that would have had slowly built in suspense, character, and tension. It had followed the lead of the excellent Ultraviolet, but it would have been one for the ages. I don't know what any of that means. Let's see. Rick D gives it 3 out of 3.
It sounds like a rapper, a white rapper. Rick D.
We got a porn star, a rapper, and a...
Oh, you're gonna like the next name after this. Anyway, Rick D says a decent short, coming in at just over 40 minutes. Supposedly a TV pilot that never came about. Lovecraftian film based in the Night Scholars. Enjoyable, creepy at times. Gerald MacArthur and Paul Darrow are pretty good in the leads. Cthulhu flicks can be hit or miss, but this one is low key and is decent. They didn't try to do too much with the Cthulhu, which helped. So maybe at the time, technology hurt the fact that it couldn't keep up with the monster that it would benefit from quality.
Right. Because at the beginning, like the computer thing, it's all like, I mean, I know it's part of the recording. Yeah. Somebody did it on VHS, but it is blurry and it's just like I said, Windows 1.
And that image of the image of the monster.
Like at the end.
You see, it's like, I can't quite make out what that monster
Right.
is. Like,
it's one of those things that you put your kids buy and they put in water and it gets bigger.
right.
You're talking about the image at the end, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And somewhere in the middle too, I think.
It looked like a vagina to me. Everything I see, any
Big old open mouth in the
Right?
on the stomach. Yeah.
every sculpture I see anymore is a vagina.
Yeah.
Every sculpture.
Which is
Georgia
weird
O'Keeffe.
because you're
I'm
getting,
mainly looking at Georgia O'Keeffe flower paintings.
you're
yes.
getting laid on the regs though.
That's neither here nor there.
Okay. All right. Well,
Next review is by Toby Whopper. There's Toby Whopper. Do you want to do something with that name or not?
no. I'm
Okay,
not
well, I
gonna
thought
help
you
you at
would
all
like
because
that.
I tried to do something and you just killed it, so I'm not going to.
Is it 2 for $3?
10 nuggets for $1. That's pretty good.
It's all like chicken toenails, though. It has to.
That's
be,
fine.
right?
Who cares?
It tastes good.
I have anal cancer. It doesn't matter what I eat from now
That'll
on.
help.
See some of this hot sauce. You got it.
Yeah. All right. Enough of this shit.
Baba Booey.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to FCF Airport. Local time is 11:11 and the temperature is 69 degrees. For your safety and comfort, please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until the captains turn off the fastened seatbelts.
It's packaged in Wyoming.
Eat that. Eat that.
I'm
hot
not going
sauce.
to eat it.
Why not?
Because
It's just sauce. Eat the hot sauce. Eat it up.
I'm going on vacation next month. Who cares?
That's fine. Yeah.
The whole thing?
Hold on. Don't eat it yet. Don't.
Oh, be careful.
Oh, let me. Well, I'll
That's
do one.
very close, David.
David, stop it. Give me the hot sauce. We'll all do a shot here.
There's hot sauce everywhere.
Good Lord.
It's on your phone.
Is this your first time opening a hot sauce packet?
Wow. Oh, no, don't do that. Oh, don't. I could have got you a paper
He
towel.
wiped it up with his hat.
David.
That's
come
going on your head later, David.
Got mine.
Oh, no, I thought we were going to do the shot together.
Oh.
This is bullshit. I'm out.
Oh,
You
disgusting.
guys, good God.
It had chunks of stuff in it.
What a clusterfuck.
Oh, that is definitely some shit in there.
It's hot sauce, fellas. Where'd you say it was made? Wyoming?
Yeah, I'm not doing good right now. That's not cool.
You know what? I will do one.
It's not good.
It's not that bad.
Talk about the rating scale.
The rating scale. Okay, so basically, the rating is a 1 through 7. This was constructed based off of the 1990s sitcom Wings. David, did you ever watch Wings?
I did.
Don't be ashamed. This is the worst. Don't be ashamed.
No.
Did you watch Wings?
No, I absolutely did. Like, for some reason, my parents loved Wings, and it came on, in the mid-afternoon or, like, after-school kind of thing.
Sure.
When I was young, and, yeah.
Do you remember
Saw
any of
lots
the
of Wings.
Do you remember of any of the characters of Wings? Do
Not,
Yeah, do you
not
remember any
so
characters?
much.
not necessarily names, but can you describe any of them?
Well, you definitely had your Maverick guy. I don't remember what his name was. He had
Brian
the brown
Hackett.
jacket.
Brian Hackett? All right. And do you remember the real big fat guy with a mustache? And he had like their competition. His name was Roy Biggins. All right. In between there's 5 other people. Jason, run down them real quick.
Nah, I'm not going to do that.
Number 1 is a Roy Biggins.
not doing it.
Number 2 is a Faye Yetten. Number 3 is Antonio Scarpacci. Number 4 is a Helen Hunt. Number 5
Helen Hunt.
is Lowell Mathers. Number 6 is
Cal Ripken Jr.
Cal Ripken Jr. and number 7, Brian Hackett.
And in there somewhere, Daniel, lies your score. I turn to you, David Lytle. How do you rate 1 to 7 the program known as Rough Magic?
That's a Helen Hunt.
So what number is that?
Isn't that 4?
I couldn't tell you.
You just listed it off.
They're wrong. David, I'm always wrong.
I will tell you, David, what he said was wrong. So just give me a number.
What? What's my range?
1 through 7.
1 to 7.
1 through 7, sorry. 5.2.
No.
5.2.
You can't do decimal
Did
points.
you say 1 through 7?
You can't do decimal points in this.
I can't.
It's really frowned upon.
1 through 7, okay, 5.
Okay.
Solid 5.
Okay, great. I accept that. I accept that. David, a 5 is tremendously good.
Captain Philip Ressler, I turn to you. How do you rate Rough Magic?
Okay. The beginning of it,
Right.
shocking, got my attention. The end of it made a little sense. The middle of it, I saw a lot of like British soldiers with hay on their helmets doing nothing.
Right.
I got confused.
Yep.
A 4.
Give it a 4, right down the middle. I'm going to go one less. I'm going to give this a 3.
Okay.
There is a big chunk in the middle that is slow and wasted, and I don't know what's happening. And furthermore, I don't care what's happening. H.P. Lovecraft sounds like an interesting subject with a lot of monsters and horror and science fiction. I'm in. Awesome. But this show was boring.
Can the three of us agree that the beginning of this show, the first 5 minutes of the show, shocked the shit out of you and made you want to pay attention?
Oh yeah.
It was. I will say this. It is captivating.
Yes.
And like I said, it's like you said, there was in the middle not much happening,
Right.
but toward the end,
It
did set it up to become better.
And that's the thing. The beginning of it made sense. The end of it, they set it up well, because a lot of pilots we watch, they don't set up any continuation.
Mm-hmm.
But the middle, it confused me. It made less sense. But that woman killing her kids.
If someone gave you money to make a show and they said, based on this, you could have more shows. Don't you make the best possible show you can?
I concur.
I bet there is 20 minutes in the middle where I'm just kind of like going,
what the fuck?
What?
Yeah.
I don't want to do that when I'm watching a pilot. David, we've learned a lot in 170 episodes. I know this is your first one. Thank you for being here. But
Thank you for having me.
But gosh darn it. This is a 3. You give it a 4, Blake.
I love your enthusiasm, though.
And David, you give it a 5. And with those 3 ratings, we close the book on Rough Magic. And oh my goodness, we will never speak of that show again.
We're not going to talk about it ever again.
But join us next time, won't you please, when we watch the pilot episode. Actually, I'm not going to watch it.
No, I'm not watching it. You didn't even send me the link.
Yeah, and I won't. But join us next time when Kevin and Matt watch the pilot episode of The Time Tunnel. Here's a little something. In 2006, an experiment of the Department of Energy and hot fusion to produce energy releases a storm in time along 240 minutes, changing history. Only the personnel and the core of the laboratory know the true story, and now they need to fix points in history that have been punctually changed. You can find the... Oh, you got something?
Jason, they won a contest. This doesn't sound like a pilot you want them to watch. They won a contest. We're trying to reward them.
They chose this one.
Oh, well, fuck them.
I said we will interrupt the TUCKLEY 10 since technically we started at the end of season 16 with Josh.
Holmes, yeah.
And I said we'll interrupt those 10 by one of your choosing. They chose
Makes
the
sense.
Time Tunnel.
All right, well.
You can find the entire episode of The Time Tunnel by subscribing to Couch Pilots in SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or your favorite podcast app of choice, and then simply click on one of our classically blue links in our show notes, or download the app for Daily Motion. Check out all of that commotion.
I feel even worse that you guys had to watch it on Daily Motion. That app fucking sucks.
I have no problem with it. Kevin's shaking his head, no problem. Bartholomew, no problem there. Whatever you're doing here, it's not working.
I have an Android. You guys don't, right? That's what it is?
I do too. And
But Daily Motion you wouldn't have been able to do. If you would have watched the pilot...
I could have, but...
It's not fun. It's not fun.
Let's call... let's conference call in Kevin and Matt real quick.
All right.
We got to find out what we're going to expect for next week.
All right. Sounds great.
I'm in pain. I have to pee so bad.
Go ahead. You know where it's upstairs. You know where it is?
Do whatever the hell you
Hope
gotta
the dog doesn't bite
you. You can't pee down here still?
No, we still can't pee down here.
Okay.
Good luck, David.
This is Matt.
Matt, this is Jason. What are you doing?
Jason, how the heck are you?
Hey, buddy. This is Jason over at the Couch Pilots podcast. We're wrapping up tonight's episode, and I know you guys are recording next week. I'm excited to see what you guys come up with. I didn't know if you guys could give us a bit of a preview. What are you hanging up for?
Well, we'll give you a preview. That's for sure. Yeah. This is Kevin. with the. I'm the other Couch Pilots contest winner.
You guys shot the bit up. I was going to do it to where it's echoed and sounded fucked up for like 5 minutes.
That's right. I was getting
guess
the
what?
signal to hang.
All right.
The audio files
Go
in
ahead.
the room could not handle it.
That's part of it. That's all
The
part
audio
of it.
files in the room couldn't
That's
handle
all part of it. All right,
I couldn't
guys.
handle all the requests at once. Hang up, not hang up. Hang up, not
The
hang up.
pachinko machine was
Yeah.
catching on fire.
Yeah. Too many pachinkos.
And not enough Indians, right? What can listeners expect while we go on vacation?
Machine's on fire.
We're going on vacation. I'm going to Cuba and then to the anal doctor.
Jason, where are you going?
we didn't talk about where he's going. It doesn't really matter. He's probably going to his girlfriend's house. Matt, Kevin, what can we expect from next week's episode?
Kevin, I'll let you take that. You want to start us off?
What you can expect is a standard episode of Couch Pilots.
So a shitty show is what you're saying.
Pretty much.
Well, I think right. You guys always sign off at the very end by saying that this pilot may have been rough, right? That kind of thing. But
Sure.
but it's always a smooth flight. I'm not sure we can guarantee that. And I wouldn't guarantee it.
You'll do great. I'm excited.
You've got a binder out. What's the binder about?
Some of the rules.
It's trying to. It's here.
I
to
knew
make
it.
you more
I knew there
nervous.
was rules. I knew it.
Some of the rules.
All right.
Rule number 1: don't make fun of Blake. Rule number 2: make fun of Jason. Rule number 3: don't say bad words. That's all I got. I think David's being eaten by my dog right now, which is hilarious.
Rest in peace, David.
R.I.P. David.
R.I.P. Dan. Hello?
Kevin, give us. I feel like we didn't learn anything. Tell us what to expect next week. You said a standard episode. What does that mean? Business as usual?
It means that you can go to YouTube and you know what to do. Daily Motion, check out all the commotion. And the pilot does meet all the criteria of this season, except for it's not part of the TUCKLEY 10.
So it doesn't sound extraordinary in any way whatsoever.
Is it supposed to sound that way?
No, you guys were given carte blanche to do whatever the hell you want, and you've chosen mediocrity, which Blake and I have chosen for almost 200 episodes.
You know what? I give it a 7 before we even record.
That's right. Yeah.
All right, that's fair. Good luck next week. I'll be thinking about you. I will not be here.
Not going to need it.
Oh, well, then I'll take my luck
We
back.
reject the luck.
You guys ever hear that? Very good. All right, Kevin, good luck. I will talk to you soon.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Bye.
All right, you want to contact Couch Pilots? Please do so by going to couchpilotspodcast.com. There we got Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Anytime you contact the show, you're getting frequent flyer points. They can be redeemed for goods and services rendered, right?
Yeah, David's listened to enough episodes where he got some frequent flyer points. Could come on the plane, hang out in the pilot's lounge, hang out in the cockpit for Christ's sake.
Funny word.
And enjoy the time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can also get things like signed aviator glasses. You can get used underpants.
We've sent out pregnancy tests.
Yeah, surprise prizes.
Yeah.
All that great stuff. David?
Don't you sell left socks, too? Just left socks.
Just left.
We'll
sign them. We'll sign them.
We don't usually advertise that, but yes, we do.
But not the short ones. Only the knee-highs.
Knee-high. Knee-how. David, thank you for being on the show today.
Roy is pissed. Were you okay? Did she mess with you?
No, she didn't.
Oh, she's pissed, though.
No, I was, like, starting to get pain because I had to rock a piss.
Who's going to live longer, you or the dog?
Well, she has shown a lot of signs of some aging in the past 3 weeks. Mm-hmm. So, I don't know. I don't know how much. I didn't investigate enough to see how long I can live with ass cancer.
Do you, Rory dies tomorrow. Do you get another dog?
I have a mourning period. Molly will probably already be on the internet looking for a new dog. But I have a mourning period.
Are you going to get a dog that's less shitty than this one?
I tend to have my period in the morning as well.
Sure.
Gross.
We're getting a Great Dane. It's
no, you're not.
There's no question about it.
Are you really?
We're getting. She had one. She had to get rid of it because we moved in together. Because we can only have one dog at an apartment.
Yeah.
It's haunted her for her whole life.
I didn't
We're
know
getting
that.
a Great Dane.
How did you win over the other?
Jason, I'm the man. All right.
I don't believe that.
I always win. She is pissed.
There was a conversation, right? There was a conversation. Is Molly's Great Dane or your dumb fucking dog gonna get to win? And you won somehow. How did that happen?
Because it was early in the relationship, but she still wanted to make me happy, and so I.
Now she would not do that for you.
Oh, right now, no, she wouldn't. And just a heads up, we never bring that up to her and to her face. We never bring that up. It causes. No,
okay.
Seriously.
I won't. I promise. Damn it. Okay.
No, seriously, don't.
I know when you say something like that, I honor it.
No, yeah, sorry.
Couchpilotspodcast.com. Email us, Facebook, Twitter, blah, blah, blah. 910pilots1. You heard that weird phone call we had earlier. Whoever that guy was, he's getting frequent flyer
points. That's real
points.
creative. Jesus.
Go to patreon.com, search Couch Pilots. If you go there, there are different levels of engagement you can have with us, and engagement we'll have back with you. So check us out there. Give us some of your money because we like money so much.
Right. And just we have the opportunity right now. Let's just do this.
Yeah.
Kevin Slice, you have been mentioned as a contributor to the Patreon page.
Yes.
So for most people, when they contribute something significant, we do something special for them.
Correct.
There is no need for us to do a video for you of 10 questions, right? Because
you said that, and I thought it was necessary.
You're right.
You can have it recorded on audio. Me saying you do not need to give me any.
No, but we gotta do something.
But because listen up next week. Listen up next week.
Okay.
That is you know what? I won the contest, but also realistically, I think that's good enough for donating on a Patreon, co-hosting an episode.
Okay. Well, I mean,
your Matt's taking care of that dog.
I don't know if he's taking care of it or he's
not doing a great job.
Off right now. This pilot may have been rough, but it's always a smooth flight. I don't know the rest of it. What do you say?
Thank you for having me on board.
Oh no, plugs. I'm sorry, David.
No plugs.
No, come on. Plug whatever you got. Poor Brothers.
Yeah.
If you're in the area,
awesome.
Go to Poor.
Actually, I do got a quick question for David.
All right.
I like Poor Brothers. It is probably my favorite bar. But to me, it's almost, besides being able to pour for yourself, aesthetically, it's almost no different than a lot of other places.
Sure.
Your bar is different and successful because you can pour your own shit. Would you say that?
Yeah.
Why haven't other bars duplicated that? Because you guys, I'm sure, and rightfully so, are raking it in hand over fist, and you deserve it. But why aren't other bars duplicating that?
We've been doing well. It's a lot of money up front.
Yeah. To set that thing up.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
It's scary. I know for most probably business owners, things like that, to set it up.
You guys have been around long enough, though, to say, look at the success of Poor Brothers. Not only do they have the Peoria location, you got one in Champaign, I believe, that's even like bigger, right?
Yeah.
And why not take the plunge and give that a shot? Because, here's a good example. About 4 or 5 years ago, there was one frozen yogurt shop, and then like 5 other popped up in Peoria area. All of them are gone, I think, except one now. So maybe they're looking at that and thinking, why would I do an example of or rip off Poor Brothers? It's going to go away. But I think I love your business model.
We've just done it well, and it took a lot more than just that certain option as far as pouring your own kind of thing.
So you don't think that's not the basis of your success?
Oh no, not at
all. What is then? I'm curious.
We just created a good community.
Okay.
We were very community based, so. We wanted to bring people of all walks of life, rich, poor, young, old, anything, bring them together and make them comfortable in the situation. And that's always what we're going to do. That's what we did, and that's what makes things work.
Yeah. Well, I love Poor Brothers.
I love going there.
I love going in there and seeing you and Phil. And then that little blonde girl, I never know her name. Is she mainly upstairs at Slow Hand?
She's upstairs now, yeah. She's running the bar upstairs.
She's great.
Now.
I love her. She's awesome. Emily. Shout out to Emily. Great bar. If you're in the Peoria area, definitely check them out. And thank you so much for making the time to be here tonight. We appreciate it.
Like I said, thank you for having me on
board. Did you
board.
have a good time?
I appreciate it. Oh, hell yeah.
That's cool.
Hell yeah.
We had a good time with you.
Was your favorite part talk about milking the babies?
Milking the babies is like the best thing ever.
No, come on. But besides milking the babies, what was your favorite part?
I don't know. Satanic demon.
When the mom was stabbing the kids.
That's the best part. Like I said, I was taking a bath.
What?
J.O. into that one.
Oh, okay. I got you. Taking a bath with your semen. I get it.
This pilot may have been rough, folks.
Hey, when you get to be my age, you don't bathe in it. You just get a dab.
Like some days.
Can that be our new exit line?
Oh, I didn't get to say my positivity.
Tough shit.
I would like to say it. Stop it.
Go ahead. Say it over it.
No, you have to say. You have to stop it. I want to say. You have to intro it. You have to intro it. I want this to be the real deal. Holyfield.
Captain Philip, rest assured, do you have a message of positivity for our frequent flyers today?
Oh, yeah, I do. I just want to say, folks, listen, we need a vacation. We need a break. Everybody does. Some people might need a break from IBWIP. Broken Funny Bone, it is officially off iTunes. You cannot find it on iTunes. I got the letter the other day, so you should have checked that out. But Lori Garcia, she needs a break from Couch Pods, right? Everybody does, right?
I don't know,
need a
I
break.
guess.
But next week, we promise you guys,
tune in.
It will be a better show than you have heard for the past 170 shows.
Oh, I doubt that very much.
No, but definitely check it out. I'm very excited. I'm very honored that these two people put more work into this than I would have ever done for anything to do with them. And
even Silent Bingo?
If I die today, not today, I'm not gonna. All right. If I am diagnosed in the next month with ass cancer, no, you can't be real for a minute, right?
No, absolutely not.
Why not?
To what end?
There's no end. I just if.
On behalf of Couch Pilots and the entire crew, we'd like to thank you for joining us on this trip, and we are looking forward to seeing you on board again